Hello and welcome back to the Beautiful Things channel. As promised, I am going to bring you my video of my Craftcation plans. So my Craftcation is taking place starting probably a little bit on Sunday, but definitely Monday through till Thursday while my kids are at school. I don't plan to go to work, I plan on staying at home. I've got my overlocker, my sewing machine, and I am good to go. And I am going to have 4 unadulterated days of sewing pleasure just for me. That's no custom orders, that's no class planning, just things that are going to make me happy and add to my handmade wardrobe. So I thought I would show you what I'm planning on making. Now I may or may not get all of these projects completed, but I know that if I don't have them here and ready to go, then I will be really frustrated if I run out of things to do. So I've got my big dressmaking bag here, and this is full of all of my prepared bits and bobs. Now what I've done with a lot of these is I have already cut them out and done any grading or anything else that might needed doing, because I didn't want to be doing the boring stuff while I was on my Craftcation. I just want to be sewing and enjoying myself. So let me show you where I'm at with the things that I have planned. Okay, so I've tried to be as organised as possible and I've popped things into zip pouches. The first thing that I think I want to sew has been on my list for a long time. Now some of these things you may have already seen in fabric hauls, so please be aware of that. And that is the Tilly and the Buttons Cleo Pinafore Dress. Now I bought half a dozen copies of this pattern when it first came on sale. I am a wholesale seller of Tilly's patterns because we do teach them in classes. So I bought this with the plan to teach the class because I thought it would be a brilliant beginner's class, and I haven't even made my own version yet, which is rubbish of me. So it's been on my agenda for a long while. So Tilly and the Buttons Cleo. Now the fabric that I ordered to do this I absolutely loved. It came packaged with this lovely label, yippee, new fabric, which just made me laugh, and that was from Truro Fabrics. Now I've used this fabric before for another dress, but I have massively outgrown it, and actually subsequently I think I've sold it, but it's this gorgeous needle cord, so you can see that there. It's kind of like a Romany print. I really like it. So it's got the black and all those vibrant colours, and it's a beautiful needle cord. So this is all cut out, all my notches have been made, all my markings have been made. All I've got to do is interface the 2 facings and that's ready to sew up. And I did also buy direct from Tilly the clips that you need, the Prim dungaree clips. So I've got those, and I think that's going to be first on my agenda. So you are going to see quite a lot of Tilly makes in this particular Craftcation plan video. The next one is, again, another one that I've got half a dozen copies of and haven't got around to making. And this came out last summer, so I feel terrible. And that is the Marigold Jumpsuit. Now I showed you the fabric for this a long time ago on a fabric haul. And I'm just going to try and get a piece out. It's not going to cause too much trouble. Oh dear, it's all joined together. No, I don't think it's going to come out very easily. So all of these pattern pieces have been cut out, but all of the pins are still on them. It's like a drapey black and white floral print. This has been cut out and at this stage in my studio probably for the last 6 months, if not longer. I cut it out absolutely ages ago and then never took it any further because it is a very frayy fabric. It does need to be overlocked before you can do anything with it. So that is the next step, hence why I haven't even removed any of the pattern pieces yet, because I haven't made any of the notch markings or anything else, because I will do that once I've interfaced and overlocked all the relevant pieces. So I've got all that cut out to go. I've got my elastic, and that hopefully will be a fairly quick make once it's overlocked. Okay, so the next one isn't a Tilly pattern, it is a Sew Over It pattern, and it's the Sew Over It wrap dress. Now, I talked about this a very long time ago on my Goldhawk Road video, and I talked about how I really prefer a photograph instead of a drawn pattern, and that I hadn't wanted to buy this until I actually went to sew over it and saw the dress on the mannequin and could see that actually it was really lovely and really flattering, and it didn't really sell it to me from this picture. So I don't know if you remember that video, but the fabric I'm going to use for that is this jersey here that I bought in the Goldhawk Road. It was really cheap. It was about £2.50 a metre or something ridiculous. It does remind me a little bit of very vintagey, shabby chicy kind of grandma's sofa, but I wanted to try the pattern out with just a cheap cotton jersey first, just to see if I liked it before I invested in some really nice jersey. So that's all cut out. That should be a really quick sew. Looking at the instructions, it looks really easy, and I'm going to make this straight on my overlocker, so it shouldn't take me very long to do at all. Now, the next one's quite a funny one. I've already shown you this in my recent fabric haul, and that's my lovely princess curtain that I'm planning on turning into a Butterick's retro reprint tea dress. So what happened, there's a bit of tale of woe with this one. So this is my original pattern, and I've made it a few times now, and I've made it in lots of different sizes because I've gone up and down over the last few years, and I'd regraded the pattern, I'd cut it smaller, I'd added bits of paper on to make it bigger, and when I took it out of the paper wallet, I was going to completely retrace it and make a brand new pattern. And really it was in such a mess, I didn't even know where to begin with it, so I screwed it all up and I put it in the bin. I went straight onto the internet and I ordered myself a brand new pattern. But I was very silly. I didn't realise that this pattern is one of those ones that isn't multi-size from size 6 through to 22. It's one of the ones that split into two. So what I had was E5, which is sizes 14 to 22. What I ordered was A5, which is sizes 6 through to 14. So this arrived a couple of days ago. I took it out of its packet, I went to grade it so that I could trace it off, and realised, oh, I can't grade from a 14 to an 18 at the waist because I don't have a size 18 on this pattern. Very cross with myself. Silly mistake, but a very easy mistake to make. So I have ordered another copy of this pattern, which I was hoping would arrive today, but if it doesn't, it might arrive tomorrow, and if it does, then it will be in time for my Craftcation, but if it doesn't arrive, then I won't be doing that. So we shall see. So this is the Butterick B5748. Now, if anybody would like the A5 copy, it's brand new, I haven't used it, from sizes 6 to 14, then do get in touch with me. This cost me £7.50, so I would quite happily send it on to you for the same amount of money. Otherwise, it's going to go in my for sale box at the studio because it is of no use to me. So, lesson learned. Now, the last one that is on my planned list, and is going to be a definite make, and again, I think a really quick make, is another version of the Tilly and the Buttons Batine dress. However, I'm going to do a hack. This is slightly different. So, I'm going to show you a picture up here. This is a dress that keeps popping up in my newsfeed on Facebook from one of those selling sites that you're never quite sure whether you're going to end up with a really nice garment or something that's been flung together on the other side of the world using horrible fabric and looks nothing like the picture when it turns up. So I didn't want to just go and order it. But looking at it, I realised that all it was a batine dress with a dead straight skirt to the floor with slits up the side. So I figured that was a fairly easy thing to do, a nice easy hack. So that's what I've done. I've traced off my batine pattern. I've lengthened the skirt pieces, and I've got the pattern how I think I'm going to get it to work for me. And I've bought myself some, again, fairly cheap, this was about £4.50 a metre, thin t-shirty jersey. I bought 2.5 metres of it because it's very wide. You can see it's fairly thin and drapey. and I thought that was a nice simple something for a long maxi dress. So I'll let you know how I get on with that. When it comes to all of the things that I'm making, I am planning on vlogging my Craftcation, so I will vlog the process of making all the different things that I make, and I will show you the finished garments. But I will film separate videos of me in the garments later on and talk to you in more detail about how I made them, the materials that I used and the process and the patterns, so kind of review that as a whole. So they will come as separate videos after my Craftcation vlog. So the best place to keep abreast of what I'm up to over the next week is obviously to make sure that you have subscribed to the channel. So hit the big red button that's around here somewhere that says subscribe. The other thing, down the bottom there's a little bell, and if you press that little bell you'll be notified whenever I upload a video to YouTube. So it will send you an email, or if you've got the app on your phone it will notify you that way that I've uploaded a new video. And if you don't already, then do follow me on Instagram. I'm artyfartymac on Instagram, because I will be obviously posting lots of pictures of my Craftcation, and that will probably be the first place that you'll see any finished garments as they get finished. So I'm really looking forward to having a lovely few days all to myself. As I say, I'll probably start on Sunday. I've got a fairly free day on Sunday, but the Craftcation officially commences on Monday morning as soon as I get home from Slimming World. So I will see you all soon. I hope you enjoy following me on my Craftcation journey. I'll see you soon. Take care for now. Bye.